Hey, what is up everyone, and welcome to I think this is my fourth or my third Java video tutorial. And in this video, we're going to be talking about types and variables. So, when you are writing code, you need to tell the computer what kind of information you're going to be working with. Now, remember this application, remember our WhatsApp application where every time we run it, it outputs whatever is inside these quotes, right? So we're gonna go ahead and keep that for now, and we're gonna modify it a little bit just so we could learn a little bit about types. Okay, so there are a couple of types out there, but not all of them are used very frequently. The ones that are used the most are int, okay, and ints are just numbers. That's really, they're whole numbers. So 1, 7, 1,000, a billion, 97. Those are all ints. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be creating variables that hold this information, okay? So what we need to do is we need to specify first the type that we're going to be working with, okay? So we're going to be creating a variable of type int. So what we do is we type in int, and then we type the name of a variable, or the name of our variable, okay? And we'll call this variable is of type int, or just that's stupid. Let's just call this variable 1 or var1, okay? So var1 is equal to, and then remember what I said, that ints are just numbers. So go ahead and type in any number. I'll just put 7, and then we'll go ahead and put semicolon, because semicolons are for completing a line, for completing an instruction. Okay, so this is an instruction. You're telling the computer what to do here. You're telling the computer what to do here. Here, you're not really telling the computer what to do. You're just kind of like organizing data. Therefore, you don't need the semicolon. But every time you're writing an instruction, you'd finish it with a semicolon. So again, we're creating a variable of type int, and we're assigning the number 7 to it. Okay, we'll go to the next. And by the way, if you see like an orangey squiggly line, that just means that we're not using it right now, but I promise we'll make that go away in just a moment. So the next type, okay, so we've got one type down, that's the int. We created a variable called int. The next one that's really popular is the Boolean, or I'm sorry, the double type. Okay, so we'll go ahead and call this one var2. We can't call this one var1 because we already have var1 up here, right? So we'll go ahead and call that var2. And doubles, okay, double types are decimal numbers. If you remember, decimal is just a little dot in between the numbers, so it'll be something like, 7.9 or 7.98 or something like that, or 99. Those are doubles. Okay, so we have two types so far. We have an int, we have a variable of type int, and we assigned it the number 7. We have a variable called var2 of type double, and we assigned it 7.99. The next type is Boolean, and these could be in any order. We could have started with double, and it doesn't matter. I'm just trying to introduce all these different types. So you probably guessed it, we'll call this one var3. And Booleans are, they only have two values that you can assign, either true or false. That's it. Just true or false. Okay, we'll go ahead and leave false in there. Okay, the next type is string. It's not really a, it's, well, I don't want to get too technical on here, but it's a type, but it's not really like the other ones. I'll go ahead and just call this variable var4, and strings are probably my favorite because they're text. Okay, so you put your name on there, or just type in Java. Okay, so here we have 4 different types, and there are other ones out there like long and float and char, but we won't get to those, not in this video. We don't really use those as much. So again, we created 4 different variables, but we assigned different kinds of data for each. So for the first one, we said, hey computer, we're going to create a variable called var1, and it's going to be of type int. Now remember, when you're creating a variable, it has to be of a certain type, and ints are just integers, whole numbers. So 7's a whole number, and we throw it in there. Same thing with here. Hey computer, we want to create a variable called var2, and it's going to be of type double, and we're going to assign the value 7.99. We'll pop it in there. Boolean, we'll create a variable called var3 of type Boolean, and we'll assign the value false. Pop it in there, and then here we're creating a variable called var4 of type string, and we are assigning the value Java. And whatever string you want to assign, they always have to be surrounded by quotation marks. Okay, so down here we're going to go ahead and delete whatever's inside our parentheses, and this is where we're going to start using our variables. So we'll go ahead and type in var1, right? See, and it links it up. And remember, this command is to output stuff onto the console window. So we'll go ahead and click on run, and as you can see, it outputs that 7 that we stored inside of var1. And if we do var2, can you guess what's going to pop up on the console window? 799. And then the same thing for var3 and var4. It will show false, and it'll show Java. So that's a little bit on types and variables. We won't be using the other types, so just focus on these 4. Just know that when you're writing code, you have to specify what kind of information the computer is going to be working with. And the reason for this is for memory management. There are some languages out there where you don't have to specify if something's going to be an int or a double or Boolean or string. But Java is a little pickier on that. But it's a good concept to understand and get used to. So just remember, there are just these 4. Ints are integers, doubles are decimal numbers, Booleans are true or false values. Strings can be anything. Actually, strings could even be numbers. See, if I were to type in 7, and then I'm going to output var4, it's going to output 7 on here. Now the tricky thing is that this 7, I can't do any math with it because it's just a string. And I'll go ahead and explain that a little further in my other video dedicated just to strings. All right, so hopefully that explained a few things. Again, my name is Andre. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.